Wrapping up our news week today, we have UK retail sales as well as Canadian retail sales. UK retail sales came out worse than expected at -1%, but Canada, on the other hand, came out better than expected, forecasted at -0.5%, but instead came out at -0.1%. It was still negative, but it could have been worse. Next week, we have a busy news week with PMI numbers, CPI numbers, and new interest rate numbers. So be sure to come back next week for updates on all of the latest news. All right, everybody, and here we are inside of the Edge Finder, our brand new looking Edge Finder. We polled you guys yesterday. We have been considering the thought of switching around the colors for the Edge Finder and switching it into what we call dark mode. You guys might be familiar with dark mode in some other areas. I know that lots of other applications have the ability to switch it between a light mode and a dark mode. We polled you guys on a few different places, and there was definitely an overwhelming response that you guys liked the dark mode feature. So that's what we did. We want to make the Edge Finder the best trading tool possible for you guys and make it the most appealing thing for you guys as well. We wish that we had the ability to make it so that you can switch in between light and dark mode depending on your personal preference. Unfortunately, at the moment that is not the case, but we had an overwhelming response from you guys that dark mode was preferred, so that's what we did. We've got you guys dark mode here in the Edge Finder, so I hope you guys like it. Not only that, but we have new currency pair layouts that we're going to get to in just a minute. We're going to show you guys that as well. So like I said, we're constantly updating the Edge Finder, trying to make it the best trading tool possible, the most appealing trading tool possible for our community, because we appreciate you guys and your support. So go check out the Edge Finder. There are links down in the description below if you want to get the Edge Finder for yourself. You can use code A1YT for a discount at checkout on the Edge Finder. But let's go ahead and check out the market heat map. I'm going to start off here like we normally do. Get to see our new layout as well as how all of our assets are trending so far today. So starting up here at the top with our major US dollar pairs, I can see that USD JPY so far on the day is up 1.13%, while USD CAD is down 0.37% on the day so far. All of our major indices are up on the day. All our US indices, the US 30, the S&P 500, and the NASDAQ 100, all up on the day. NASDAQ 100 being the biggest mover to the upside, up 1.28%. UK 100 also up as well, up 0.25%. Taking a look here at all assets listed, I can actually see that the US 10Y is our biggest mover to the upside so far today, up 2.3%. And if I want to look for gold and oil, I can scroll here. Here is gold up 0.26% on the day, and oil right under it up 0.15% on the day so far. Finishing up with the rest of our currency pairs, Euro pairs right here, Euro JPY up 1.21% on the day so far, and Euro NZD down 0.77% on the day. Our pound pairs here, pound JPY up 1.03%, and GBP NZD down 0.92%. Here, taking a look at our yen pairs and our Swiss franc pairs, all of our yen pairs and all of our Swiss franc pairs are up on the day. NZD JPY being the biggest mover to the upside so far, up 2.02%. And CHF JPY also up 0.59%. Swiss franc pairs, NZD CHF is the biggest mover, up 1.55% on the day, and GBP CHF up 0.43% so far today. Lastly, our Australian dollar pairs and our New Zealand dollar pairs, Aussie JPY up 1.76%, GBP AUD down 0.7%, GBP NZD down 0.92%, and NZD JPY, like we just mentioned, up 2.02%. So let's take a look at the watch list. Let's get our buy and sell signals in. I'm going to remove our neutral biases. I'm also going to remove the indices and commodities because I just want to focus on currency pairs, and that leaves us with NZD CAD as a strong buy, score of +7. GBP NZD and Aussie NZD strong sells, score of -6 and -7. We have a couple buys in here and a decent amount of sells as well. I am interested in taking a look at either a Swiss franc pair or a yen pair because all of those were up on the day so far. I have already taken a look at the past 2 days I've taken a look at sells. So I want to look at a buy, and I think I'm going to look at NZD CHF. So if I go down here to NZD CHF, we're going to see our brand new layout for our currency breakdown pages. Are you interested in our market scanning software, the Edge Finder? You can try it today for free. Click the link in the description and fill out the form letting us know you're interested in the software. A member from our team will contact you with trial access information. The Edge Finder has brand new features like price forecast and economic news. There has never been a better time to try out the software for yourself. Click the link in the description and try it out for free today. If you're familiar with the Edge Finder, you know that it used to look a little bit differently. In fact, this one doesn't say new, so this may still be old. Nope, still that's the new layout as well. So that's okay. We have moved on from the old layout. We think that this is a much cleaner and more concise looking layout. I hope that you guys are enjoying the new look Edge Finder as much as we are. But let's go ahead and break down this currency pair. We have a buy bias score of +4. COT data is a score of +2, and retail sentiment is a score of +1, like we can see right here. If we go over to our COT data, institutional traders are currently 70.57% long on the New Zealand dollar, 29.43% short. And when it comes to the Swiss franc, 75.06% short, 24.94% long for the Swiss franc. Retail traders, on the other hand, 66% short, 34% long from retail traders. Our seasonality shows a score of -1. We can see here that in the month of January, historically speaking, when looking at the last 10-year average price points, we can see that in the month of January, this pair does perform a little bit bearishly, coming in below this zero neutral line here, meaning that throughout the month of January, historically speaking, this pair does not tend to trend very well, oftentimes moving towards the downside. However, that doesn't seem to be the case so far this month in this year. Our trend reading is a score of +2, and we've made the daily chart a little bit smaller. We used to be able to see back further back in the old layout. We've moved it a little bit smaller just so that we can kind of focus on our trend projections here. If you still hover over the line here, you can see the different price points, but we can see that since yesterday, we've made a decent move to the upside. And in fact, I went ahead and I pulled up TradingView so that we could see what that move really looked like. And this is why we're giving it that +2 trend score, because, excuse me, TradingView, I'm trying to show a chart. Look at this strong move to the upside. We're taking a look at the hourly chart here, and ever since yesterday, we've been making some really nice moves to the upside, just really shot back up to this zone right here. This is the hourly chart. If we look at the 15-minute chart, we're looking at the same thing, just nothing but continuing to move to the upside. So that's why we're getting this trend reading score of a +2 here, because over the last 24 hours, it has definitely made some strong moves to the upside. Let's finish up with our fundamental section here. It's looking pretty split, with GDP growth and interest rates at scores of +1, inflation and unemployment at scores of -1. And we can see here, I'm going to go across the board. New Zealand dollar GDP growth 2%, inflation 7.2%, unemployment 3.3%, and interest rates 4.25%, compared to the Swiss franc, 0.2% GDP growth, 2.8% inflation, 2.1% unemployment, and 1% interest rates. So there we go, broke down NZD CHF for you. Hope you guys enjoy this new look to the Edge Finder. I'll remind you again, if you want the Edge Finder for yourself, you can find it down in the link in the description below, and use code A1YT for a discount at checkout.
CAD, we'll pull this one up. So looking at NZD CAD, you can see we've had a nice push off of this level that we entered in yesterday. Trade is going very hot. And I want to show you guys some context here why I took this trade. We actually took it off of the Edge Finder, and I just got done updating this page. So we're working on the Edge Finder. We just switched, as James mentioned at the beginning of the stream. We have actually gone dark mode. And check it out. I think it looks really, really good. You guys voted on my Instagram page. We did several votes. We did a vote in our Discord, and we did a vote on the Instagram page, and we had a pretty resounding overall bias to switch to dark mode. Now, we don't have the option to do both. Unfortunately, we're just limited in the data studio functionality. We can't do both light mode or dark mode available. We had to go one. And so with that fork in the road, we have voted, or the community has voted, and we're going dark, guys. We are going dark mode on the Edge Finder. So I think it looks pretty cool, but you can see looking here at the Edge Finder, we've got looking at NZD CAD. This is a trade that I took yesterday on stream based on the Edge Finder, strong buy bias, and we can actually walk through this very quickly. By the way, what do you guys think? Do you like the new theme? Type in the chat what you think, if you think the Edge Finder looks cool. I know a lot of you guys on the regular watch the streams to keep up with what the Edge Finder is showing us. And again, this is kind of where we're at with NZD CAD. So we get a +7. COT data looks very bullish. And again, new look, I think, is a lot more readable. So when we look at COT data, you can see that NZD is heavily long by institutional traders. Meanwhile, CAD heavily short by institutional traders. Flip it around though, and retail sentiment is also very notably short. So the crowd is short on this currency pair, whereas smart money is long. Knowing that information is really, really important. So yeah, dark mode for the win. Just got to sort out some of the colors. Yeah, we're getting close. I think the new look looks a lot better in terms of readability with the new bigger text for COT data. Retail sentiment has been shown a little bit more visually rather than just numbers. Where the data comes from is also listed on the screen, which could be helpful as well, and much more. So yeah, so there you go. Let's see. If you want to try out, by the way, we just dropped the link in the chat. I think Streamlabs dropped it. I don't know if that was us or if it was Streamlabs. We just dropped a link. If you want to get a free trial of the Edge Finder, you're more than welcome to do that. The link is dropped in the chat right now. Just click that link, fill out the form, and one of our team members will actually get you set up with a trial of the tool. We're looking at the COT data first, and like I said, institutional money seems to be long, while retail traders seem to be pretty stacked on the short side. Fundamentals overall look pretty good, with NZD winning in categories like GDP. Inflation does look better for Canada, but unemployment and interest rates are, favoring NZD. So overall, we get a strong buy bias. That's why we picked it up long yesterday, and the trade is going well. Signal is running hot within the Discord. So if you're in the Discord already, then keep up to date with my trade alert. You'll see that I'm long on this. Frank is long on gold since a couple days ago. So let me actually get this set up so you can see what the Discord looks like. Where is it? There it is. So again, this is where I'm long NZD CAD. And you can see there's the old version. I don't know. Now that I'm like looking at the old version, I'm like, ooh, that does not look nearly as good. And based on the crowd response, the new darker version was definitely more popular. It was like 75-25. 75% of people recommended that we go to a dark version. So that's where we're at today. So yeah. So let's keep going. So NZD CAD floating about $1,000 of profit on that trade. So we'll keep watching that one and see if we can catch a bigger winner. Now, my goal with this trade would be to see if we can actually get back to the highs. That's kind of the goal. A push back up to 87 might be somewhere to pay attention to. And at that point, I'll look to probably trail stops into profit further. So there you go. What charts do you guys want me to take a look at, by the way? If you would like me to, I'm going to do this really quick. I'll pull up the watch list. Which charts would you like me to pay attention to most off of the watch list? I'll filter, choose something from this list, and I'll try and pay attention to it for you today. Please check pound USD fundamentals on the Edge Finder. Pound looking really bad, and pair now at a key level. Let's look at pound USD here. We'll start with pound dollar, and maybe we can come back to some more in just a moment. So here's pound USD again with the new Edge Finder look. I think it looks pretty clean. So let's go take a look at pound USD. Pound USD here. Pound USD. So let's do a daily chart. So I'm actually going to say I don't necessarily think I would be short up in this area. And the reason for that is that this thing on the daily chart looks really strong. This is not something I would personally be looking to sell or short. Now you might say, well, Nick, the edge finder, you just showed us that it shows a sell bias. But this sell bias doesn't necessarily mean that I'm just going to open up the chart and I'm just going to sell it here. That does not mean, that's not what it is. The edge finder shares a bias. It shares, basically it scans for several metrics and we get a bias generated by the edge finder, right? That's how that works. It doesn't necessarily tell us, oh, just sell right now at current levels. Tells us a bias, and then from there we can go do our technical analysis. And technical analysis here would tell me that this thing looks bullish, right? We continue to push higher lows and higher highs, and if we're able to break out of this, I want no part in trying to short it. If, however, we see some failure here, let's talk about the other side of the coin. If we start seeing bearishness come into this market, meaning we fail, we put in lower lows, lower highs, that's a different story. But currently, price action does not lend towards being short, in my opinion. This is not something I would want to be selling myself. Like I said, I'd be looking for this thing to roll over first. I'd be looking for it to break structure like 1.22, and then looking to sell into that on a retest. But currently, nothing to do there.
Make sure you guys check out the links in the description if you need broker recommendations, access to our free Discord, or want to chat with us on Telegram. If you're interested in our trading software, the Edge Finder, you can find that in the description as well. Thanks for watching.